What's going on, everybody? It is March 21st, 2023. Welcome to the customary post manga chapter stream here on the Geekdom 101 channel. I hope y'all are doing really well today. Got a lot of things to talk about today, some relating to chapter 91, others not so much. I wanted to, first of all, welcome you. I hope you're doing well. I genuinely hope y'all are doing all right. Looking at the chat right now, people are still filing in. It's good to see you. The chapter's been out since Sunday, and we're going to be discussing some thoughts here. I did also promise I was going to give my thoughts on the state of Dragon Ball, and I'll be doing that here today as well, and kind of going into some adjustments that I'll be making, going forward here for at least a little bit of time. So I hope y'all are doing well. Now, my lips are red as fuck, bro. Am I sick or something? That's weird. I just drank coffee. No, they're fine. Anyways, I thought I was getting sick or something, yo. Anyways, y'all, so I hope you're doing well. Just so you know, I am still planning on coming back and playing more Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I was going to practice, but I've been really caught up on other things, other business stuff I've been working on, for the past like 2 weeks. I've been really cramming for this new business venture I'm looking into getting into. So it's just the thing that I have to do, But again, I hope y'all are doing well. I hope hello, everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to, first of all, discuss some of the things we got going on here. First of all, this Saturday, on Twitch, I will be returning once again to stream Dragon Ball with you guys. We're doing the revisiting Dragon Ball series. I've done, I think, 5 of them so far. We've been talking about, we've been watching the first arc of Dragon Ball. We're done with it. The Pilaf arc, 13 episodes. It's done. I'm not seeing the chat on the screen. What the hell is up with the chat box? I don't know. We'll have to look at that later. I'll look at the chat later. But, we have that this Saturday, I think at 1 p.m. I'm going to come on. We're going to watch Dragon Ball episodes 13 and 14 in beautiful high definition, upscaled. It is upscaled to high definition. You're not going to get this anywhere else. Not in Japan. You're not going to get it in the U.S. It is the original broadcast audio, color corrected, upscaled, the best way to watch Dragon Ball, and you're not going to find it anywhere like this. Not on Crunchyroll. There's no home release like this. The French ones are the ones that the source of the video source is from, but the audio source is the original broadcast audio, and of course the subtitles are not in the French release. So we're talking about Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which is now a manga arc. Oh, look, there's the chat. The chat just popped up. I don't know if y'all saw that. I didn't even do anything. So I want to talk to y'all about the current state of Dragon Ball. I want to give my thoughts before we start taking calls and going into this manga chapter. But before we do, I do want to discuss real quick some somewhat interesting news. Let me go ahead and switch over. So Sandland. We talked about Sandland before, y'all. So Sandland the movie. It's going to be a film based on Toriyama's legendary manga, Sandland. Well, I don't want to say legendary because that might be putting it over too strongly. It's not on the level of like a Dragon Ball or a Dr. Slump by any means, but it is a fun little adventure. If you're into stuff like Star Wars and The Mandalorian, you'll like Sandland. I highly advise you guys to get the manga, but they're going to be coming out with the movie. It's coming out this August in Japan. I don't know anything about a release outside Japan. I don't know anything about a dub. That information, that's licensing stuff, so we just don't know. So that's coming up in August, so make sure you're ready for that. I know some of you guys are strictly Dragon Ball fans, but I would like to ask you to try some other Toriyama stuff like Slump, like Sandland, because they all share some similarities. And if you like Dragon Ball, most people who like and understand Dragon Ball will end up liking Sandland. So that's good. Now, I want to discuss the state of Dragon Ball right now. So Dragon Ball is not doing so well right now. I want you guys to really hear me out and hear what I have to say. Okay, I want you to hear what I have to say, all right? And please, I would like to ask you, because a lot of people don't listen. And it's fucking irritating. I hate when people misinterpret what I say because they're not listening. And I'm not saying you guys are going to do this, but people have done this. So I want to go into something that's been on my mind now for about a week. I want to talk to y'all about it. So Dragon Ball is not in a good place right now. And I've been a fan of Dragon Ball since I was 10, 11 years old. I don't even remember. I first discovered it when I was 10, and I really got into it when I was about 13, no, like 12 years old. And most of you guys also grew up fans of Dragon Ball too. You know, many of you guys are different ages. Some of you guys are closer to my age. Some of you guys are younger. And at this point right now, Dragon Ball is extremely, in my opinion, Dragon Ball has hit a point where there isn't much interesting going on. We just had Superhero come out last summer. It wasn't that long ago. We then had the manga take a 3-month break. Then the manga comes back with 3 more months of this prequel arc, which was a waste of time in my opinion. I thought it was a complete waste of time. I understand that some of you guys like what they did with Goten Trunks. I understand some of you guys liked some of the representation. I'm not telling you that you have no right to like that, because you have an opinion and everybody has the right to an opinion. And I'm not going to disrespect y'all by saying, oh, you should think this way. You know, I'm not going to do that right now. I am not too enthralled with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball then had the 3-month, superhero prequel, and now we're adapting the movie. And they added 3 scenes in this recent manga arc, 3 scenes in chapter 91, and that's it. I'm not really interested in Dragon Ball Superhero, the manga arc. I'm going to be totally honest with you about this. I'm not saying that every chapter is going to suck, and I'm not saying that I'm going to hate it. But knowing me, the movie just came out last summer, okay? With Broly, the manga skipped it and went on to the next thing. I can safely say from reading your comments, because I do read your comments, and talking to you guys on here, on Twitch, on other social media platforms, many of you guys want this fucking show, this fucking franchise to move forward. I am done with this superhero shit, dude. I'm done with it. For me, in my opinion, I enjoyed the movie. I still enjoy the movie. It was a fun romp. You understand? Right now, Dragon Ball is not doing anything to capture my imagination. I don't care about Toyotaro adapting the movie into a manga. I'm worried about the next 6 months that we're only going to get shit that's just the same shit we saw in the movie with 2 or 3 extra scenes. And it's just not really exciting right now. You understand? Now, again, I want to reiterate, if you are excited by this, I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm not saying anything like that. Me, as a Dragon Ball fan, I already saw the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I don't think that this arc is really capturing my imagination. I don't think it is. And I felt this way because what happened was I did my review of the manga early. I edited it and read it 3 days before it came out, and I had it ready to go in the scheduled videos, right? You understand what I'm saying? And then a few days went by and I thought about it more, and I pretty much just said that it's very stale right now. Everyone wants them to go to Black Frieza. Everyone wants them to go to what's Broly going to do? What's Ultra Ego Vegeta going to do? What's Gohan going to do? And Orange Piccolo and Gohan Beast? What is the series going to go to next? And what we're doing here is we're spinning our wheels. We're basically running in place and there's no forward motion. I don't care about seeing the events of Superhero getting adapted to the manga. And based on the viewership of the YouTube channels, not just mine, but others, based on your comment and based on my conversations with fans, I'm not the only one. If we go over here to my community tab, a day ago, I asked this question on purpose because I wanted to get you guys' feedback to make sure I wasn't going crazy. I didn't want to think that I was going nuts on this, right? So I asked in the community tab, we got 13,000 votes. So it's not everybody subscribed to the channel by any means, but it's a good chunk of people. Do you care about the manga adaptation of Superhero going on right now? 71% said no. I don't know what Shueisha's thinking. I don't know what Toei is thinking. I don't know how these two companies could have one of the biggest franchises in the history of anime at their disposal and them doing nothing with it. It's honestly disheartening and honestly kind of sick. Who fucking cares about us reading Superhero again? 95% of you guys watching this stream already saw the movie. Many of you saw it both dubbed and subbed. Many of you saw it when it fucking leaked. I know this, right? So now we have to read about it. And I'm happy that we're seeing some extra scenes. That's fine. To me, I don't care that much about them. And I'm happy that we might be getting more stuff. And we might be getting more about Gohan Beast. But right now, yo, I'm just not really too enthralled. So because of that, I'm going to be changing my content strategy going forward here on the channel. I'm still going to give you guys videos. I'm not going anywhere. But when I cover Dragon Ball Super, the manga, until this superhero arc is over, expect less videos on it. Unless something really interesting happens. When it comes to like spoilers and draft pages and stuff like that, I'm just going to do a community post and maybe I'll do a video on it. I haven't decided yet, but I'm not going to do a video covering constant spoilers. Not to mention that Shueisha has obviously struck my channel a few times. I'm okay for right now, but y'all remember what happened in January, and it's not something I really need to deal with. And if there's not that much interest in the manga, then what does it matter? You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, I asked you guys, I asked the Geekdom 101 audience here on, the community tab, and I would like to think that most of you guys were honest. It's not that interesting. I don't care that much. I'm not saying that it's going to suck, and I'm not saying that I hate it. What I'm saying is we just saw the movie a few months ago. It just came out on Blu-ray here in the West. It's been out in Japan for a few months. This is nothing. It's too new. You know what I mean? It's too new to adapt to a manga and have it stay interesting. And I'm worried that Toyotaro is going to drag his feet for 6 months and drag out the story, not do anything interesting, and bore us to death. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but it's something I'm worried about. You know what I mean? Broly, they didn't reintroduce Broly yet. I thought they would. They didn't. We haven't seen anything extra about the Gammas. We might see some stuff with Cell Max, but it looks like all they're going to do is add a couple scenes that Toyotaro thinks are cute, like Krillin fighting a fucking bee robot and shit like that, and that's it. It's not that interesting. People want to know what's going to happen next. Am I wrong? Am I lying? Do you guys agree? People want to know what's going to happen next. People want to know what's going to happen after End of Z. They want to know what's going to happen with Black Frieza. What's going to happen with the Heater gang that's still alive. What's going to happen with the other universes. What's going to happen with Broly, Vegeta, Goku, their training. What's going to happen with Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. You know what I'm talking about? So, I'm going to still do my reviews. I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming about the manga chapters going forward unless something really interesting happens. If something cool happens, I'm going to cover it. But I will be looking at the content a bit more strategically, and I'm not going to just be splashing out videos to get information out when ultimately people don't really care. Because as a Dragon Ball fan, I know, because you guys know by now, I am a hardcore Dragon Ball fan. I'm probably the only Dragon Ball YouTuber that has episode numbers memorized. I'm probably the only one that has Japanese names memorized, yo. I'm that much of a fucking nerd for Dragon Ball. You know this. I've been doing this for 8 years. And if I don't care, then I know a lot of you guys feel the same. You know what I'm saying? So if they show, I agree with Ricardo in the chat. If they show new stuff, then great. But again, it still feels like it's not that interesting, and they're dragging their feet. Now, one more thing I want to discuss real quick before we move on. I want y'all to hear what I have to say about this, okay? I want y'all to really hear what I have to say, because this means a lot to me. Because ultimately, we're all in this together. You guys, me. I know sometimes we disagree with each other, and I know sometimes we can be dicks to each other, but we're all Dragon Ball fans here. I'm not going to talk about the Dragon... I don't want to hear anything about the Dragon Ball Super anime at all until it gets announced. I'm no longer entertaining anything. I could get a call tomorrow from somebody in Japan saying, "Hey, Geekdom, the anime's coming back on this day," and I'm not gonna report on it, because I no longer trust anybody when it comes to this. And quite frankly, the way that Dragon Ball Super's been handled, not just by the leakers but also by Toei and Shueisha, kinda sickens me. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to talk about the anime if there is no anime. When the anime gets announced, then we will... good, the Texan, I'm proud of you. When the anime gets announced, we'll talk about it, whenever that is. But this month marks 5 years since the anime ended, and there have been numerous reports put out there, some of them by me, although not in some time, that would come back, didn't come back. At this point, I don't know what's going on, and I'm just done thinking about it. So what I want to do going forward is my content is going to be focused on more of the intricacies of Dragon Ball, more on some of the topics that I want to cover, good or bad views. And when something interesting happens, whether it be a new chapter that's like really good, or an announcement, then I'll do like a video about it. But right now we're in this weird state of limbo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in limbo right now as Dragon Ball fans, and that's kind of where we're at. Let me get these super chats out of the way, yo, because I got people in the asking for, why is this thing, okay. Super Alvin Jackson says, really did not care for the chapter at all. They better show some Broly recruitment. If they don't, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And thank you for the donation, Super Alvin Jackson. By the way, y'all, I'm still going to play Budokai with you guys, Tenkaichi. We're still doing all that. I'm still going to, just so you know, I'm still going to hang out with you guys. Just that my content's going to be changing over to a bit more, like different kinds of videos. You know what I mean? Different kinds of content. I've got a really big video coming out this Thursday, y'all, and an even bigger one coming out next week. So I think y'all will be happy about that, I hope. And then Justin Sullivan said, "Hey, Danny, tell me something. How would you feel about Hachiak becoming canon to Dragon Ball Super?" I wouldn't care. I've never cared about that character. He's a nameless... He is a faceless movie character from an OVA and a video game that nobody gives a shit about, that has cool powers and nothing more. So it's just not that interesting to me if he becomes canon or rewritten or whatever. Like, there is literally 50 characters I'd rather see come in there than him. Just being honest with you, man. He's not my first pick. My first pick would be Cooler or Janemba, right? And then thank you, Murky Swamp, for the generous super chat. So basically right now we're in this weird state of limbo. Let me tell y'all how fucking stupid Toei is. Digimon on Fuji TV is flopping hard. You understand that? People are not watching this show from what I've heard. And rather than bring back Dragon Ball, they want to dick around and show more Digimon. It's just like, the treatment of this series, bro, it's like Toei and Shueisha don't like money, bro. You've got millions of fans in multiple countries that speak multiple languages wanting more Dragon Ball, and you give them a movie every few years. Like, I'm just very disgusted by this, bro. Just keeping it real, yo. Like, there's a reason why all the What If tubers are doing well. Because people want new Dragon Ball that's actually interesting. And some of those What Ifs are like fan fiction that's like better than some of the shit that they're writing. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see what happens next. And I think many of y'all agree with me. So, this chapter is the first fucking like half hour of the movie. There were a couple of extra scenes here and there. We're going to talk about it today. So, I'm going to bring in some guests to talk about this with me. Let me go ahead and bring in Anand right now. Hey, Anand, you're live.
Yo,
Anand, can you hear me?
yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let me make sure that I can hear you, but let me make sure people can hear you. Yeah, they can. Okay. So let me actually bring everybody in at once. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Gaming Hub. Gaming Hub, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hey, we're gonna have a roundtable discussion, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring Jordan in too.
Sure.
Jordan,
Yo,
hey, we're gonna
Yo.
have a roundtable discussion. I might bring in Lord Bucko here shortly, but I want to get this out of the way first. Let me get this super chat out of the way from Cork Pizza. First of all, Cork Pizza, it's good to see you. I've seen you on Twitter and on Twitch, and I appreciate it. By the way, y'all, don't forget this Saturday we're starting the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai arc. That's this Saturday. So Cork Pizza says, I do believe if Gohan's beast form is as strong or stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, feels like it devalues God of Transformation because God form should be the absolute apex of strength and power. Well, I hate to break it to you, Cork, but just because you have God power does not mean you have the apex in power. You want to know why? Because Goku couldn't beat Beerus in Battle of Gods. Goku had troubles with Golden Frieza, who was not a god. Jiren was matching Ultra Instinct. Having god powers, bro, I don't know if you've been missing out on Dragon Ball, bro, but having god powers is not all it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Beast Gohan being as strong or stronger than Blue, he is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, bro. Now,
for sure.
one of the upcoming videos I've got, though, coming. I've got a video coming out, and it's going to be called Ultra Instinct Goku versus Beast Gohan. And that's a really good breakdown of who would win. And I think you guys are really going to like that video. I hope it does well. Somebody says, would you ever do a top 10 Dragon Ball story arcs video? Yes. Yes, Justin, I would. In fact, that actually might be something that I give you guys very soon. I want to do videos like that. So, let's talk to the boys in the call right now. Anand, did you hear what I had to say earlier in the stream? Do you agree? And if not, well, even if you do agree, what did you like and dislike about Chapter 91?
See, Chapter 91, see, even though it was just a recap, the thing is, like, some of the additions that they have with respect to, even keeping the Krillin aside as well, I'll talk about that in a minute as well. Going to specifically, Piccolo and Pan's relationship that they have was more striking to me in this particular chapter because, for two instances. One thing, when Piccolo kind of says to Pan that, by seeing how she was very eager to train and everything, the fact that he thinks that he has, despite how much he has seen Gohan, he thinks he has more talent for martial arts than his father himself, which continues the trend of what Vegeta first said in Saiyan arc itself, where he says that mixing Saiyan and Earthling blood begets a powerful hybrid.
Right.
So
We've
if
talked about that a lot, yeah.
yeah, so if and we remember like, what Vegeta was saying that in the manga as well, where Gohan says he has the greatest potential of amongst the Saiyans as well. So if Gohan can outbeat even Goku and Vegeta, Pan's potential could be even more greater, and
Yeah,
so
but they
that
always
gives
do
us
that,
like
man. They always do that shit. This is nothing new. You know what I mean? The kids are always strong or always have more potential, you know? You know what
yeah,
I'm
but to
saying?
imagine that yeah, that is true. But imagine to be as potentially stronger than Gohan, who could even whip up a transformation, could even rival Goku's Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. To say that they can, to think of the consequences, like how the Earth's defense force later on when Goku and Vegeta just go with their multiversal adventures, and these guys when they're being serious. So think about the potential that these guys have. They'll be much much more stronger than even the Saints would have. So that gives me a lot of hope in terms of how much they can push this gaming forward. So that
Well,
was one thing.
I'm going to cut in for just a moment, bro. Let me interrupt you. I recorded a video with Laughing Stock Media. It's coming out April the 8th here on the channel. And the video is called 5 Things That We Want to See from After the End of Z. We're going to talk about, like, you know, the whole Black Frieza thing. And one of the 5 things is emphasis on the young, up-and-coming talent like Pan. So I think Pan's time will come after the end of Z. Even the end of Z stuff, even that, like even the end of Z stuff with Oob and Pan in the tournament is setting it up, even without Super, right? That's setting up Pan to be important. Hopefully not in the way she was in GT, where she was pretty much, you know, she was pretty much like annoying. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, she was a supporting character.
She was.
She was a supporting. And she was like, and she was more like, you know, to be like a damsel in distress until Goku kind of saves her. That kind of a role which I don't think will happen in Super, because if they're going to set up like this, then Pan will turn out to be one of the strongest characters in Dragon Ball in the future. Because imagine, like, people were complaining before that females do not have a respectable role in Dragon Ball. So if this is going to be the case,
who was complaining about that, bro? Twitter,
yeah, basically. I still don't even believe that was a real thing. I think somebody just made that up for a topic.
I agree.
Honest with you.
Yeah, thank you, Jordan, because I think that's fucking bullshit. I think, are there a lot of female Z fighters? No. Android 18 is about as alpha as it gets when it comes to women, and Super introduced Kale and Caulifla and Kefla, and even the movies had characters like Zangya, like, and of course, this is a shonen series. This is a shonen series made for boys, but one of the things that really pisses me off, bro, this is how you know somebody doesn't know what they're talking about, is when they say that Toriyama's a sexist. Motherfucker, the main character in Toriyama's first manga was Arale, who's a fucking female, you dumbass motherfuckers. Like, if that opinion about women, oh my God, like, I roll my eyes because that sounds like fucking
they're businessmen.
SJW Twitter bullshit, bro. Like, you know,
they do whatever.
God, representation.
Yeah, they do whatever is going to appeal to their audience. They're just intelligent about how he just had a different audience during the Arale era than he does in the Dragon Ball era, so he's just smart about that. You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with like him being sexist. It's just like you said, this is a shonen manga.
Yeah, he's not sexist, bro, because Arale was the main character of Dr. Slump for 5 years. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Real quick, let me get to these super chats. Hold on, I got another one here from Amari. He says, "I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been too invested into what has been happening in the DBS manga and Black Frieza showed up." Yeah, bro, this motherfucker Toyotaro, this fucking hack, Yo-Yo Taro, takes 3 months off to fucking beat his dick off at home, and then he comes back in December with this stupid waste of time called the superhero prequel arc. I'm sorry if you liked it, but I disagree. And now we have the movies being retold, and it's like, oh my God, can we get to some good shit? I liked the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I did. I've seen the movie like 6 times already, maybe more than that. I don't want to read about it. I really don't. Anyways, well, Jordan, what were you gonna say? Also, did you like this chapter, bro? How'd you feel about this chapter? Do you agree with my promo?
I mean, it's like I told you before. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like, I do. Like, here's the thing. I am really excited for like whatever they have coming with Black Frieza. I'm super excited for that. So part of me is just like, please, can we get to that? Because I have seen the film. So I know what's going to happen, but I also really enjoy the medium of manga itself. So reading it in manga form is still enjoyable to me, despite the fact that part of me is like, this could be a huge waste of time, because if they're not going to be very expansive about how they handle the manga, then it's just me consuming the same product twice.
Exactly. And I don't think that the movie has enough content to justify it, to really, like, okay, the things that, listen to what I'm saying. The things that Toyotaro could have done to make it interesting, he did not do. Nobody gives a fuck about Krillin at the police station and the police captain Nuts, who probably eats nuts and has them up her fucking ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna
nobody
pretend to
cares.
understand.
Nobody
I'm not gonna-
cares, bro. Why didn't they show us going to get Broly? Why didn't they show Dr. Hedo building Cell Max? That's what we want to see. Instead, we have Krillin.
Hell yeah.
Instead, we have Krillin doing a fucking Wile E. Coyote behind Dr. fucking Hedo and Magenta's car. Stupid, man.
Right.
Stupid.
Well, I'm not gonna pretend to understand why they make
the chapter more the more I thought about it.
I'm not gonna pretend to understand why they're making the decisions they are. I hope that there's a genuinely good reason.
Because Toro
Well, no, I hope that there's a genuinely good reason behind the scenes. I don't know exactly what's going on, so all I can do is just hope that they have a good reasoning for it. But I could talk about how disappointing it is all day. But really, I would just like to kind of get into some of the stuff that I noticed that I really liked, because there was some stuff that I liked that was a little bit different. I mean, it is for the most part the same story.
Okay.
But there is a few things that I saw that I really liked, and just to expand on what.
And then we're gonna go to gaming Hubuk, but I want to talk to Anand again. But go ahead.
Well, I just kind of want to expand on what Anand said earlier about Pan. Now, I don't want to assume that they're not referencing Pan's ability to be ridiculously powerful, because I do think that she's going to be very, very strong in the future. But I also think, especially when I was reading it in manga form, Pan is very, very reminiscent of her mother in that scene. As a matter of fact, she's even dressed up. If you look, despite the fact that her shirt has the "Get the hell out" or whatever logo on the front of it,
go to hell.
She's actually. Yeah, go to hell. She's actually dressed. That shirt is actually very similar to the shirt that Videl wore whenever she was in the World Tournament. So she's even kind of dressed like her mom there. And if you remember when Gohan and Videl met, she was extremely devoted to learning martial arts, and she was extremely devoted to learning to fly and all this stuff. So Pan is very, very reminiscent of her mom, and I think that Pan's fighting spirit is their way of playing on the fact that her mom has that sort of fighting spirit in comparison to Gohan, because Videl is running a martial arts school right now while Gohan is locking himself in his room studying all day.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
But at nighttime they hook up, right? You know that when the lights go out, bro. Because remember, bro, Gohan's weak because Videl's pussy's too good. Anyways, listen, before all right, we got 191 likes. Leave a like if you're stopping by. I do have a really good super chat here from Justin Sullivan, and Cork Pizza just dropped one. So we're going to get to that here in just a moment. So please be patient. Same thing with Beaming Coon. I wanted to have Jordan continue his point here, and then we have to get to these super chats.
Well, another thing I really liked was, and I know a lot of people are considering this regression sort of on Piccolo's part, but I like that he brought up the whole Demon Clan thing.
Me too. I love that. Okay, I love that Easter egg. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I would consider it a little bit more than an Easter egg, because what that scene really determines, if you kind of read through the lines, is that that's not going to fly with Pan. Like the type of lessons that he taught Gohan, Pan is she's so willing to learn. And she's so happy-go-lucky in comparison to Gohan. When she already has that sort of that easy ability to survive that Goku had at the beginning of Dragon Ball, unlike Gohan. So this effect that Piccolo's going to have on Pan is not going to be the same as Gohan, because Pan is more than capable of already handling herself and enjoying herself in combat. So it's a very different thing. So, and if you'll notice, after he says he's going to make her into a perfect little demon, she grabs his antenna, and she's basically saying it's not going to fly with her. And
yeah, which is a very Videl thing to do. Real quick though, Jordan, somebody in the chat's named Cash Gets Coochie, which is a fucking beautiful name, and he's saying that he hopes that Dragon Ball gets more involved in the future, and I agree with that, but continue.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Cash Gets Coochie, bro. That's almost as good as Clapping Cheeks, bro. Those are the two best screen names I've seen in a long time.
We know that Pan is motivated. Of course, they've determined her motivation is to be a superhero, which is a new addition from the film. They didn't. She did. They did not hint at that being her motivation for being a better fighter in the film, but that is a big part of this. So she essentially wants to be like Saiyaman 3 or whatever. But I actually think that she's going to grow out of that phase by the time the end of Z rolls around, and she's just going to want to be a martial artist like Goku.
Yeah, well,
So
we see her like that. Yeah.
yeah, so what I think's happening here, I think they are determining that Pan's route is not going to be that of a superhero and is also not going to be that of the Demon Clan. I think she's going to run through both of those phases and basically decide in the end that she wants to be a martial artist like her grandpa. And I think that's where this is all going, because by the time we get to the end of Z, she's wearing the gi. She's practicing flying around the planet. She wants to participate in the World Martial Arts Tournament. So I think that this is sort of their way of building up to that through her basically just taking what she can learn from Piccolo. But I don't think that her and Piccolo are going to have the same type of relationship that Piccolo and Gohan had, based on how they've decided to show us all the events in the manga specifically. It wasn't as clear in the movie. In the movie, it just seems like this heartfelt thing where it's just like Piccolo and Pan hanging out. But through the manga format, I can sort of tell that they actually intend to go a completely different route with Pan than they have previously. So.
Do you, I know you said you were indifferent, but do you kind of agree that like, as a Dragon Ball fan, because you and I are kind of similar. We're kind of similar as far as I'm not identical, but similar as far as how we feel about the series. But do you, in your opinion, do you agree that this is sort of Dragon Ball Super is now kind of on a treadmill? It feels, and yes, they're doing some things, but it's not really captivating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're
trying. From?
Well, yeah, because they're trying to get us to consume the same product twice, like I said. And despite, like, now a hardcore fan like me might just read it and be like, oh, this is cool, and just, like, move on. But if you're somebody who, like, not to say that somebody who wants new content all the time isn't a hardcore fan.
Oh,
but it's just like
we want it. You even want it.
Right. It's just we want stimulation. We want like new events that like get us hyped.
I heard that Videl stimulates. Look, here's what I want to know, bro. Has anybody in the chat ever had head that was so good it made your toes curl? That's why Gohan married Videl. Anyways, continue. This manga chapter is so mid that I have to. Danny has to regress back into making sex jokes to entertain the chat, bro.
I heavily enjoyed the manga chapter. I actually love the manga chapter. It's
really?
Actually like,
all right.
Yeah, I love.
Never mind.
But I love the medium.
Alike,
like I said, I love the medium of manga itself. But that does not mean that I am not. That I don't have the desire to have new groundbreaking content just as much as any other fan. It's just, it's kind of it is what it is type of situation. And plus, this is all happening before the end of Z for a reason. So I don't really, there could be a very good reason that they're doing all this, and I just don't understand it, because the set and the setting of a story is very important. And I think what they're doing is they're just trying to take advantage of all the time they can before the end of Z, because once we get to that era of Dragon Ball, there's no going back. They have to basically completely change.
I don't want them to go back.
Right. That's going to completely change the dynamic of the series itself, and I just don't think they're in a hurry to do that, to the point that it feels like the series is dragging. Like, bro, it legit feels like it's dragging.
Not just that, but then we've got Dragon Ball The Breakers, bro. More like fucking, I want to break the fucking game. What's that noise in the background I hear, dude? Do you hear that noise?
No, I don't hear anything.
No.
Okay, well, everybody's had a chance to talk, but I want to get to Gaming Hub UK. And then I have to get to these super chats, yo, because I got people waiting. I don't want to keep them waiting. We've got a good group. We actually have a really good question that I want to ask all you guys about from Justin Sullivan. So please stand by, Justin, and everybody else, because I want to get to that. But Gaming Hubuk, man, all I want to know from you is, what'd you think about the chapter, and do you care about what they're doing? You tell me.
Well, first and foremost, I think the first chapter was, I think, in a bit okay, because again, the manga can expand upon things, and that's what I'm sort of hoping they do. And we previously, just before this, we were discussing about how Piccolo's Namekian race can be more expanded upon, and I also felt that yeah, because Orange Piccolo was like a very new thing, and then I feel like if they are going to expand more lore in this manga chapters, I feel like they should more about the Namekians because of how
Why does it
new
sound like there's a dot matrix printer printing behind you, bro? Did anybody hear
Or
us
a
hear that?
typewriter.
Yeah, like a typewriter, bro. What is
it's my fan. I'm very sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's funny. Go ahead.
So I feel like they can expand more lore, and I hope they do, because that's what I'm actually hoping from these upcoming chapters, at least as a fan. Because if they don't expand upon anything, then I feel yes, it's a waste.
Bro, Asher in the chat is like, where is Broly? Like, why the fuck? Why didn't they fucking show? Again, I'm not even like a Broly fucking like super hardcore fan, right? But like
No, it's just
Uchi.
interesting.
Yeah, I want them. I want the conversation where they go fucking meet Broly and say, "Hey, buddy, Frieza has a new form. We need your help." And then have Broly say, Kakarot, I can't because I'm too busy getting my first piece of ass at 45 by Chilai, and I don't want to leave because the shit fucking feels good. And then Goku says, but Broly, you're a Saiyan. You're supposed to like fighting more than sex. And then Broly says, you're right. And then they go to Beerus' planet, bro. Can we get that scene, Toyotaro? Or are you going to keep giving us scenes with Krillin pulling a Wile E. Coyote, trying to fucking... Acme fucking booby traps trying to trap the Red Ribbon Army, bro. God, it's so bad. All right, let me get to this question real quick, because this is actually a very good question. Justin Sullivan says, do you think Goku was better written in Dragon Ball than he was in Dragon Ball Z? Before we get to this roundtable question, okay, I want to say that you have to always remember this. People forget this way too much. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are one series. It's not two different series. It's one series in the manga. Toriyama intended it to be one big series, right? So ultimately, the story of Dragon Ball is Goku starts off as a kid and he ends as a grandfather in all his adventures. But it's a fair question, so I want to go around. Anand, do you think Goku was better written in Dragon Ball than he was in Dragon Ball Z?
I wouldn't say it was better or worse, because I just say it's a natural continuation of his story from where he started. Because the plot twist that took place in the Saiyan saga changed kind of almost everything that what was what he was thought of. But it was of course carefully kind of accidentally set up, because there was some instances where like Oolong accidentally says like, "Yeah, no, are you some kind of alien?" Or
Yeah,
like,
we just
or,
watched. Didn't we just watch that on stream like this past weekend? Right? He said that in this past stream.
yeah,
Twitch.
exactly. Even though Toriyama did not meant to be, he literally said that he did not meant to be the case, but it kind of seemed he made it such a good way that he
Yes,
seamlessly went to the synchronization that
I agree with you.
Goku exactly Goku was an alien. So like, because I wouldn't say that it was worse or better in that sense. He's just, I don't know, it just feels like the same guy. Like, I don't exactly understand when people argue like, okay, Z Goku is better than this, or Super Goku is it like this, and it's like it's just the same freaking guy who's just at the end of the day, he wants to fight the strongest guys ever. Like, even from Dragon Ball, from the OG Dragon Ball as well,
Right.
he just wants to get the strongest. So
Yeah, it's the
in that
martial
sense,
arts spirit.
it is the martial arts spirit, exactly. So from the moment on, from where he was training underground for Gohan to learning all of those things and got bumped in the head and everything so forth. So it was all testament to what he would build up to a story. It's basically an example where a guy who lives in this atmosphere, who gets used to the atmosphere, and also getting influence and influencing others at the same time, to so that the world that he lives around gets a better place in a sense, and he does that through martial arts and fighting. So in Dragon Ball Z as well, he has seen that so many times, but especially at the end of the Buu saga, he makes a wish saying that I don't want, like, I want Buu to be a
Yeah,
to come
reincarnated
back
as a
and
good
also, I
guy.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
as a good guy, exactly. If he was a guy who completely despised a person like with vengeance, he wouldn't have actually say that. So it is a progression of his character, seamless version that it just seems natural. So
Okay,
I
I mean,
don't
but
really say.
I just was he better written in Dragon Ball or in Dragon Ball Z? Like I appreciate everything you said, but which one do you think
He's
he was?
saying he's saying that he doesn't think that it's any really that much different.
No, I agree with
Yeah,
that. I agree with that. But if you have to pick one,
if I had to enjoy the most, I would say it's Dragon Ball
yeah,
because that is.
that's because I agree with everything you said. It's just now. Okay, Gaming Hub UK. Do you think Goku was better written in Dragon Ball than he was in Dragon Ball Z?
No, I believe he was much better written in Dragon Ball Z because of what has happened in the beginning that
There's that
changed.
typewriter again, bro. Bro, it sounds like what it sounds like. There's a woodpecker outside your house, bro. So we
Yeah,
got
it does sound
we
like
got
that.
Wile E. Coyote and Woody Woodpecker, bro.
I'm
No, it's
pretty
all right, bro. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So, as I was saying, it's because I feel like after that revelation and then whatever happened after that really changed Goku as a person, and also that as an adult you can see like how knowledgeable he has gotten with strategizing over beating Cell, and then how he sort of takes battles more seriously than how it was as a kid, because you're still learning as a martial artist, where now you see him as an adult. While he is still learning, you can still see like how progressively he changes in each fight, and especially in the Cell saga where he had the most interaction with Gohan, you can see that moments where he strategizes better rather than just like how he raided the Red Ribbon Army without thinking twice. So I think while those are two different things, I think that Goku's journey in Z was what I find more better, at least as a fan, because
That's fair.
of the of his adult, like people say Goku is dumb, while that's not fully true. Yes, he can act a bit stupid, but that's just how his character has always been. But the things that
Bro,
people miss out is how his
is
knowledge.
that fan like dangling from a cord, bro? Does it miss in the front part where it's like all fucking? I'm sorry, but the fan is hilarious to me. I know as somebody who like is trying to do a professional stream, it's horrible. It's not really horrible. I'm just over exaggerating. But
It's
as
actually kind
somebody,
of funny.
it is pretty funny actually. Yeah, because I keep hearing brrrr in the background.
I am very sorry about this.
No, it's okay. It's funny. It's just every time you talk, you hear I'm sorry, but okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you prefer Z. I'm gonna give my answer in a minute, but Jordan, do you think Goku was better written in Dragon Ball than he was in Dragon Ball Z?
Well, I'm not just going to give you a straightforward answer. I'm going to give you a
Of course
nuanced
not.
answer.
No, nobody can give me a straightforward answer, bro.
Okay, let me just put it to you this way. Goku, in terms of his characterization, my favorite version of Goku ever is his fight with Piccolo Jr. in the
That's
original
my
Dragon Ball.
favorite, you copycat.
That's my favorite iteration of Goku's character of all time. Okay. With that being said, I actually enjoy the way he's written in Dragon Ball Z a bit more, only for the simple fact that Dragon Ball Z really puts his character to the test in comparison to Dragon Ball. Because at the latter end of Dragon Ball, the first time Goku's character is really put to the test is when he fights King Piccolo. And to me, I don't see Z and Dragon Ball as the dividing line in
Me
terms
neither.
of how they wrote Goku.
Me neither.
I
I
actually
agree.
see the King Piccolo arc
for
as
the
when they
Piccolo
really
Daimao
changed
arc,
things up.
that's where the transition began. The 22nd Budokai, Piccolo Daimao arcs where shit got more like Z. Absolutely.
Yeah, so essentially my preferred iteration of Goku is from the Piccolo Daimao arc all the way up.
Right. By the way, Surge X says, I want to say something but don't want to be rude. If it's about me, you're being rude. If it's about these guys, who cares? So all I'm going to say is this. All joking aside. I think Dragon Ball Goku has the spirit of a martial artist. As a martial artist, the best writing of Goku's life was Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball Z and the revelation of him being an alien and having to come to grips with that is a phenomenal piece of storytelling. And what they did with Dragon Ball Z in the Cell Saga, where he realizes that his son is the key, and then in the Buu Saga, he realizes that everybody's important. I actually like the evolution of Goku and Dragon Ball Z. I think that Dragon Ball, here's the way I separate them if I'm gonna separate them. Goku in Dragon Ball was Goku becoming a martial artist, and the best story arc of him starting off as a boy and ending getting married, which is a great ending, by the way. He gets married, he flies off and lives happily ever after. Dragon Ball Z, it's about Goku understanding not just himself. If you really study what happens to Goku in Dragon Ball Z, if you really study it, Goku learns more about not just himself, but everything around him. He learns that he's not who he thought he was. He learns that he's not the strongest on, just because he's the strongest on Earth does not mean there aren't forces out there. Case in point, Frieza, the Saiyans, etc. He learns about what happens when you die. He learns about like all these dangerous things. He learns when he gets the heart virus, he learns that no matter how hard he trains, there are just some things that you can't beat by training. There's all these lessons that Goku learns in Dragon Ball Z that are so crucial to his character. Super kind of tries it with the 12 universes, but I don't feel it was anywhere near as effective as how they did it in Z. So I think, again, Dragon Ball I probably would favor a little bit more because it's a complete closing story. Z, he's also sharing the spotlight with Gohan. And that's why if you ever go out and buy a box set from Japan of the Dragon Box or something like that, that's when you notice it's Goku and Gohan, because they are the two, they do share the lead. Real quick, let me get to these super chats here. Beaming Kun says, it's the best arc. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, Beaming Kun, I would agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. Cork Pizza says, Beerus is an elder god. Goku is a newborn god in an infant state of godhood. I can believe Beerus as Goku's elder god would be stronger. I'm comparing the god forms to the beast form, which isn't a god. Well, I'm just letting you know that god forms, in theory, should, in theory, be stronger. But Dragon Ball Super's proven time and time again that's not necessarily the case, because Golden Frieza was able to match up with Super Saiyan Blue. Jiren was able to smoke God and Blue, and he's not a god. So
yeah,
all I'm
he's
saying,
just an advanced alien being. Which the thing about it is like Goku and Vegeta are treated as barbarians in the story. They're treated as like the lowest level of evolution you can possibly imagine. Whereas like Frieza and Broly is a genetic anomaly, Gohan's a genetic anomaly. Like the reason these characters can keep up with god forms is because of this side plot of there being advanced evolutionary beings out there, like Gohan or Broly or Frieza or Jiren.
But
So
I feel like Cork Pizza is probably thinking, I think his logic makes sense though, in the sense of, I think we should, like in theory, God Ki should be stronger. But as you said, time and time again, it gets proven that it's just another version of Ki, you know?
Well, it's kind of like how Goku
This
needed
is
Super
because-
Saiyan to keep up with Frieza. It's the same thing. There's more advanced beings out there who are just naturally ridiculously powerful as a result of their mortal level. So, that's the way Super treats the God forms. I know it's kind of disappointing, but in terms of Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, they are just the Super Saiyan that they need to keep up with the next step of
It's
evolution that they're
basically,
going against.
I hate to say it, y'all, but let's remove GT for a minute. Super Saiyan God is Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan 5. Ultra Instinct is Super Saiyan 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever. If you want to count it like that, you can,
Yeah, and Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego don't have set power levels. So in terms of like the godliness of those techniques, they haven't necessarily been ruined in the same way as Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, because they can still get ridiculously more powerful. So
Right.
You know.
Star Blast says, I really like how every moment a character related to Goku falls off a cliff, it's not only a reference, but shows what kind of character they are. Yeah, Pan, Goten, and Trunks, of course, did that. Chauncey says, $10 super chat, late to the stream, sorry, it's okay. I think one reason they might be trying to rush DBS Superhero into the manga, so Gohan Beast Orange Piccolo can be available for the Black Frieza arc or whatever's coming next. No, that's actually, you're thinking backwards, my friend. People already know that Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan exist if they watch the movie. They're not rushing DBS Superhero into the manga. Rushing it would be if they just did what they did with Broly and showed one panel and then moved on to the Black Frieza arc. That's not what they're doing. They're doing the opposite. They are dragging it out. They are adding scenes. They're making it longer, probably because they're still coming up with whatever's next or whatever the fuck. They have some kind of plan. I don't know what it is. So I understand what you're saying, that you're saying that they're trying to show us Beast and Orange in the manga, right? But it's not really necessary because we already, like, Dragon Ball fans went to go see the movie. You know what I mean?
Unless they expand on it, which I hope they do.
Well, I think they will, but they can always expand on it after the superhero story, you know?
Yeah, they could. You're right. They could do that. Especially if they're going to do some, like, Namekian lore or something, like, in the future, because they did kind of hint at that in the Granola arc when they said that there was Nameks all across the universe and that they came from a different realm and all this stuff. So they could expand on that, so...
Saint Fusito, thanks for the super chat. Court Pisa, thank you for being a member. Justin Sullivan says, now for an outrageous question. If you, Danny, could fist fight a cereal mascot, who would it be and why? Oh, I'll tell you exactly who it would be. That motherfucker Toucan Sam with his big ass fucking nose. I want to twist it and shit, bro. Fuck that guy. Either him or Michael Jordan on the Wheaties box, bro, because fuck them kids. And then, no, I'm kidding. And then,
oh my God.
Thank you for the super chat, Junior RDZ04. Okay, so I wanted to actually get back to Anand. Anand, we had to go in circles, bro. Now we're back to you here. Do you have any other thoughts about this manga chapter? Because I don't have much to say, because not much really is worth talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So another thing, like, I kind of something interesting that I really found out, especially
I
with
water on my fucking dick. No, go ahead. I got a wet dick now, bro.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say my dick gets wet quite frequently. I have to, Anand. I have to make sex jokes to entertain the people because they're so bored of Dragon Ball Super, bro. So I have to. The only way to save the Dragon Ball fandom is by me making sex jokes, bro.
And the release anime, but I'm not gonna talk about that. There's that.
I told you not. Why would you do that?
I'm just fucking with you. But anyway. So the thing is, another thing which I found, which is pretty
DBS Chronicles is like the checks in the mail.
Anyway, so the thing is, especially with the this chapter, with the manga coverage of this. So when Piccolo was meditating on the rock on his mountain, he said something very interesting. He says that he was finding it difficult to focus on his training. Basically, he was undergoing mental training, and he was saying that too many intrusive thoughts or too many conflicting thoughts was entering his brain. And that is exactly what even Goku said way back in the Moro arc as well. He says to Miras that he's having trouble to empty his heart and his mind so that when he fights in Ultra Instinct, he won't have his emotions all over the place. So both, I would, from these kind of reference standpoints and the fact that both Orange Piccolo and
just
Goku
so everybody can see this is how I feel about Dragon Ball Super right now. This is how I feel about it. This image right here captures my feeling on Super right now. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
So both Goku and Orange Piccolo, in terms of tapping into the pride of the respective races, both of them are going to a path where it's not exactly Ultra Instinct per se, but they're going in a similar path where they have to, the next stage of the training is literally letting go of their unnecessary emotions and then go beyond for that. The same thing, Piccolo's also trying the same for the same path, but he's going in his own way that is intrinsic Namekian, that he does not, that is intrinsic to his own race, and which is, with his
Yeah, I
own
hope they
identity.
expand on that for sure.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
if they expand on that, he could be at a level which he could literally fight with Goku side by side. In that sense, if that happens, because both will have, as at a stage where both will have similar mindsets in terms of removing unnecessary emotions, but in their own kind of way. Which Whis was again saying that is what exactly Ultra Instincts are about. Ultra Instincts is not just a sane brute or an angelic form. It is basically anyone can do it based on their own way of training in terms of tapping into their god keys and making it stronger so that with their own identities they can get forward and forward. So that is where I think Piccolo will reach, at least I know, even crossing end of Z, it could be reaching that level beyond Ultra, I know, Orange Piccolo in that sense, which I found very interesting.
Maybe, bro. We'll see. We'll see. Second time says I'm not even excited for Super's eventual return if they retread the manga. Get some competent writers and just tell a better story. I agree with that. That's actually one of the points you brought up and what we want to see for Dragon Ball Super in the future, in the end of Z. But anything involving the anime, I'm not talking about anymore, bro. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I mentioned that earlier. If you're just joining us, I'm not talking about the Dragon Ball Super anime until it gets announced. I'm not going to entertain any rumors. I'm done with it because, man, people are so emotionally tethered to Dragon Ball Super. And I'm happy. I want to say something real quick. I'm actually really happy with the chat today. I'm going to put you guys over. And let me tell you why. I want you to hear me out for a minute. I'm going to put the chat over because this chat, I've been reading the chat today. I've been reading what you guys have been saying. And the chat's having a good time. There's no fucking snowflakes. There's nobody crying. Like, this is the kind of chat. You guys are the kind of chat that I wish that I always had. You guys are fucking, even though y'all know this shit is mid-tier as fuck, you guys are still into it. You're still having a good time. And that matters so much to me. This is the community I want, bro. I don't want you guys to be like the rest of the Dragon Ball fandom who are a bunch of fucking crybabies who bitch and moan about everything. Fucking y'all, you guys are all gonna, the majority of you guys are gonna probably grow up, be wealthy, fuck a lot of women, and have a great fucking life while these other guys die alone. You understand? Because you gotta be happy in life, bro. You gotta look at always look on the bright side of your life. Dun, 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 dun. You know, Dragon Ball Super might be boring, bro, but there's always gotta be a good fucking, you gotta have a good time, bro. And we're having a good time tonight, bro. One thing I can't stand is the damn snowflakes, bro. And these people are so tethered to Super that anytime, I'm telling you right now, y'all, make a Twitter account, claim to have sources, and you will get so many follows, and claim to have an insider at Toei, and you'll get tons of fucking follows, and a bunch of people are going to get fake hyped, and then when it doesn't happen, it's been this way for the past 5 years, and I think we need to move past it. So, yeah. Real quick, N Simmons 211 says, do you think they'll change the Goku versus Vegeta fight in the manga and add UI versus UE instead of them in base? We know how they love merchandise. Well, even if they do, my friend, you're not going to get an Ultra Ego action figure. You want to know why? Because the Granola arc has been in the manga, and that's where we saw Ultra Ego, and there's no Ultra Ego figures. Like, you're not thinking, bro. The only way you're going to see figurines of Ultra Ego, Granola, Moro, and all this shit is if it's in the anime or in a movie. I've talked about this multiple times. So, as far as them adding UI and UE to that fight, they could do it. Yes, they could do that. However, will it matter that much? I don't know what to say if it will matter. I will say that if they do UI and UE in the manga, I think I speak for most Dragon Ball fans, and they're going to say, son of a bitch, why couldn't we get this in the movie or an anime? It's going to make fans want the anime more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of the dick waving, bro, and the dick teasing. Double A says they should have had Goku and Vegeta get Broly instead of this for the first chapter of the arc. I know. That's what me and fucking Opie thought was gonna happen, bro. Me and Opie have been waiting for fucking Broly, bro. And what do we get?
I thought it was gonna happen too.
I legit. Yeah, because it makes sense, right? And what do we get? Piccolo, can you pick up Pan from school? What the fuck is this, bro? The magic school bus? This is supposed to be a fucking show about aliens fighting other aliens and robots and demons, bro. And instead we got Piccolo the babysitter fucking, hey Pan, you want to come over and play with my dolls? Fuck
Piccolo
you,
has
bro.
definitely changed. For sure.
Well, yeah, of course, he's not a demon anymore, bro. But I like Piccolo. I genuinely love Piccolo, and he's my favorite character in Superhero. He really is. He's awesome in that movie, and I look forward to seeing Orange Piccolo. But to answer N. Simmons' question, they could add UI versus UE. I also feel that they might be saving that for the future. However, N. Simmons, motherfucker, if you want UI versus UE, I got a good fucking deal for you. Right now on the Geekdom 101 merchandise store, we got Instinct versus Ego, brand new exclusive merchandise, because Toei, Bandai, and all these cucks aren't gonna give you UI versus UE because they're too busy fucking jacking off Digimon, as if anybody gives a fuck. No offense to any Digimon fans. So if you want to get a shirt that has Goku facing off against Vegeta in UI versus UE, you can get it right now on the Geekdom 101 store in any color you want, any size you want, bro. So if you're a big fat fuck like I used to be, get a 5X. Or if you're a little tiny motherfucker like Anon, get a small. And when I say tiny motherfucker for Anand, I'm not talking about his height. Anyways, the stereotype is true. Okay. Dude, I have to entertain the people, bro. I have to entertain the people. You know what? We're going to bring Critical in here because he's loud. Critical. I think this fucking chapter fucking sucked. I could. Oh, there he is. Critical.
What's up?
Hey, you're live right now. So, give me your thoughts on chapter 91 of the Dragon Ball Super manga.
You really want to know, bro? Okay.
Yes.
Trash.
Yes. Okay, come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me right in my face. Don't clip that out.
Why?
Do not clip
Why?
that out.
Why
Do not
are
clip
we
that. Don't you
Why?
dare clip that out. Dragon Slayer and fucking I see these fucking guys in the chat, bro. I can sense them, bro. I can read their thoughts, bro. Asher and fucking all these, there's a lot of foreigners in here too, bro, and that's good. Dragon Reaper, don't clip that out. Go ahead, Critical.
Why are we repeating the same movie again? We're doing this all over again. It's like Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods where they did this in the manga. Dude, they never learned their lesson. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody cared about it. I guarantee you, 100% nobody cares about this chapter. Nobody.
That's not true because Jordan likes it, so you're at least 99.9%. But
well, I'm glad you like it.
But Jordan also liked the granola arc, so what does he know?
Did.
What does
Sure
he know?
did.
However, let me tease them with
Because
this one.
it is true.
I am going to tease them with this, though. So, okay, I'm about to make some of y'all people in the chat, I'm about to make y'all's fucking dick real hard. Or if you're a girl, your clit's going to stand straight up. Listen, let me tell you what's coming up on Geekdom 101. Me and Jordan did a video called Son Goku versus Sun Wukong. And that's coming up very soon. We're going to actually scale Ultra Instinct Goku versus his original form, Sun Wukong from Journey to the West. You are not going to believe the kinds of powers that Sun Wukong has. You understand what I'm saying? That's coming up on the channel. And here's where the clit goes all the way up, bro. And in Anand's case, he can't tell if he has a dick or a clit. But anyways, Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Orange Piccolo. The video's done. It's been edited and it's coming very soon. Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Orange Piccolo. Can Orange Piccolo's incredible physical strength overcome the Hakai power, or is Vegeta too strong? That's gonna be a good fucking video, bro. I promise you that. And Gohan versus Goku, and Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Jiren for all you fucking guys like to lift weights. And then what else do I have coming out? I don't remember. All right, I got a bunch of videos. I have a bunch of videos on my computer. Right, listen. One of my editors is about to go into Ramadan, so he's not gonna be around, bro. He's gonna be praying and not drinking water for a month. And then my other editor is going back to school, so Daddy has to go back to editing his own shit. And that's like asking a rich man to clean up after himself. It's just not gonna work, bro. I'm rich. Somebody else has to wipe my ass. I'm just kidding. I'm not really rich, bro. I'm talking about like people in other countries. But listen, though. Stop. I know what they're saying right now. I'm not high. I'm not drunk. First of all, I don't drink. I do not drink. I do get high once in a while, but today I'm not high. I have drank 3 cups of coffee. I'm doing what Jordan calls the coffee high. And I'm trying to entertain you guys because Dragon Ball Super mid ho.
Copy and paste no jutsu.
So Dragon Ball Super copy pasta's not cutting it, bro. It's not cutting it. Right, dude, let me tell you something right now. If they had reintroduced Broly this chapter, we'd have 2,000 people in the stream right now. 2,000. What? Did you hear that noise, bro?
Yeah, it sounded like some alien stuff.
No, bro. It sounded like his Apple II just crashed. Did anybody hear that in the chat, that noise?
I heard it.
Anon, what the hell was that, bro?
It is from me? No, I think it's air conditioning.
He's playing a video game.
We got one guy with the fucking air conditioning. We got one guy with the busted fan, bro. You know what? It's great. Anyways. So critical. I agree with you. I think it's too soon after the movie to do this. They should have just summarized it. Nobody gives a fuck about Cop Krillin. Nobody gives a fuck. I want them to hurry the fuck up and get to the good shit. I like Superhero as a movie. I've said it before. And most guys that I've talked to and gals, you guys like Superhero. We don't need to read it.
Yeah, I do. We don't need to read it at all. Which is
ridiculous. Did you notice that this chapter is actually kind of short though? Even though it moved through the events of the movies.
Be careful with your language. Don't say short around Anon. He tends to get fucking offended by it, bro.
I think if the next chapter has even 10 more pages,
AnimeHunch.com.
We should be over halfway the film. I actually think this should be over within the next 2 or 3 months, hopefully. So,
by the way, y'all, just to let you know, my dick is smaller than Anon's. But anyways, hopefully, no, I disagree. I think this could actually go like for 3 more chapters.
I mean, we're already at the scene. I just rewatched Superhero, and we're already at the scene where Piccolo and Gamma 2 meet, and that's actually like 20 minutes into the film.
Right.
So they really don't have that much more to cover.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Jordan, the next chapter we're gonna have Cop Krillin taking a leak for 3 panels. We're gonna have Cop Krillin getting a haircut from fucking 18. We're gonna have Cop Krillin going to go visit Saiyaman X1 and 2. We're gonna have Cop Krillin going to no, dude, fucking. You know what? Dragon Ball Super: The Adventures of Cop Krillin. Dedicate Z in the chat is like Cop Krillin is cool. I agree with you. Cop Krillin is cool. You know what makes him less cool? When he gets beaten up by a weird bee robot. You know what that means, guys? That means that Hachimaru is more powerful than half of the I need to do Hachimaru versus Frieza, Hachimaru versus Beast Gohan, Hachimaru versus Ultra Ego. Oh, by the way, I'm also gonna do Beast Gohan versus Broly because why the fuck not, bro?
That's a good one.
People like what if battles. People like fucking this shit. So I'm gonna give you what you want. Anyway,
that's a good one.
No, it is a good one because who has the most potential? Like who really has the most potential?
It's a good question.
Yeah,
that's true.
Happy Easter to you too, bro. But it's not even April yet. Why are you saying Happy Easter, bro? Beirut 101 said Happy Easter.
April,
we still got like a month left. Merry Christmas, Beirut 1, bro. Happy Y2K, bro. Tetra said he's Krillin it, bro. Never heard that before. Anyways, okay. We're completely off the mark. Why is there a picture in my Discord of Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning Nelson Mandela, bro? Hold on, I gotta put this on the chat. Do y'all see this? Somebody put a picture in my server of Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning what looks like Nelson Mandela. This is infinitely more important than fucking Superhero the manga. Infinitely more.
Oh God.
I'm sure that Jordan doesn't agree, bro. Well, see, what happened was the Monkey Kings, the power of the Monkey King is what Steve Austin represents. And Nelson Mandela was the Monkey King before he broke out of the stone.
Yeah.
Before
that's
enlightenment,
right.
bro. Before he was enlightened. Oh, that's wait a minute. What do you mean that's not Oh, that is Joe Biden. I thought that was Nelson Mandela. Dude, that looks like Nelson Mandela, doesn't it? Do you see the image?
No, he has white hair. No, it was
Doesn't
like Joe
Nelson
Biden.
Mandela have white
First
hair?
way, yes.
Oh, that's Joe
I don't
Biden,
know,
bro.
man. That looks like Joe Biden.
It is Joe
to me.
Biden. That looks like Joe Biden.
I
Yeah.
swear I thought that was Nelson Mandela, bro. No, I
Why
know
would
it's
he do
Biden,
that, Nelson
bro, I know.
Mandela?
People are telling me it's Biden, bro. Like, I care about American politics. I hope you guys realize that when I hit a certain amount of money, I'm leaving America and I'm moving to fucking Dubai, bro. I'm going to be a lot closer to fucking Anand, bro. I'm going to Dubai,
Yeah,
bro. A country that still cares about family values. A country where I can walk around with gaudy jewelry down the street and not get robbed. I can't wait, bro. Yeah, so that is Joe. So that's Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning Joe Biden, bro. Unfortunately, if that really happened, bro, Joe Biden would not survive. We should power scale Steve Austin to like fucking Sun Wukong would win. Anyways, that video's coming up soon, y'all. Sun Wukong versus Son Goku. It's a good one, I promise.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. You're going to learn why they call him the Monkey King.
Wait, which one?
Wukong.
Do you want me to tell him the story about what happened when we watched Rocky, bro?
Sure.
So we watched Rocky, right? And Jordan referred to Apollo Creed as the Monkey King. And I'm like, that's racist! Anyways. Bro, at this point, I'm just entertaining myself. I don't give a fuck if the chat room goes down to one person, bro. I don't care anymore. I've stopped caring. I don't care. Please, let's move past this shit, bro. I don't even care about Black Frieza. I want to see Oob like fucking, I don't know, Oob's village in Ethiopia or whatever. Like, I want to see some cool shit, bro. Like, I don't want to see fucking bee robots fighting Wile E. Coyote Krillin, bro. It doesn't really help his character out. Anyways, y'all, go ahead and say something before I close out the stream. I'm tired. Wait, hold on. I have a super chat. Wait, I have a few. Oh, shit. I have not been paying attention to these. I'm sorry. Let me get through these. I apologize, y'all. I swear to you, I'm not high. I'm not high, I promise. I'm not. I wouldn't lie about that.
The more you said you're not high, the more people believe that you are high.
But Anand, you've been around me when I'm high, right? And you know that when I'm high, I tell you that I'm high.
Yeah, that also happens. True.
Okay, so Pablo Segura says, would you smash Chile? Absolutely. I would run through Chile like a hemophiliac through a fucking box of Band-Aids, brother. Let me tell you.
Oh,
Broly. This guy in the chat said you really like Oob. No, I really like new shit. That's what I really like, bro. I don't care about Oob, bro. Oob could die. I don't care. I want new shit. I don't want superhero again. I'm going to go turn on superhero in 4K. Somebody's telling me to take Biden off the screen. Okay, sorry. He's gone. All right. Oh, look. Ultra Instinct versus Ultra Ego. Buy the shirt. All right. So I'm going to ask.
Imagine this.
Hold on. I want to ask you, would you smash Chile, bro, with her beautiful green skin?
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't? Yeah, exactly. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Are you going to be able to overmatch fucking Broly, bro? Broly.
Bro.
He learns as he fucks.
He's learning as he fucks. He's learning as he fucks. Double A says they should have had Goku and Vegeta get Broly instead of this for the first chapter of the arc. Yes. Ivan A. Monroy says the manga has gone on long enough where if Toei brings the anime back soon, it won't catch up to the manga. Come on, Toei, stop dragging your feet. You are wrong, my friend. If they bring the anime back within 3 years, if not less, it'll catch up to the manga. We're talking about a weekly anime versus a monthly manga. Did you pass grade school, Ivan? Did you learn arithmetic, Ivan? I'm not really being a dick, bro. I'm just fucking with you. It's monthly versus weekly, bro. It'll catch up in a year. Okay. Justin Sullivan says, who's carrying, thank you, Justin, for buying me all these free sandwiches today. He says, are you planning on watching John Wick Chapter 4 this week? I gotta say, I personally am excited. Yes, I'm gonna go check it out, probably. Beaming Coon says, Geekdom have Arj's Vegito manga. It's really good. I don't know what that means. Justin Sullivan says, how about instead of focusing the cop Krillin for the next arc, we have an arc where Yamcha works at Baskin Robbins? That's fucking funny, bro. You know what, bro? If Toyotaro books Yamcha to work at Baskin Robbins, all of his sins will be forgiven.
No, then fans will still be like, you're still wasting Yamcha's potential. He's the strongest in the universe.
And then those memes will return.
Nobody believes that, bro. Nobody believes that shit. Nobody believes that. So
you don't know some Dragon Ball fans. Who knows?
You're right, bro. You know, every time that that's why I'm glad I'm not on Twitter that much anymore, because every time that I read Twitter, bro, I feel like my brain cells fucking... There was a guy on Twitter the other day. I'm not going to say who it was. Bindle sent it to me on DMs. I'm not going to say who it is, because I don't want people to go find him. But he had this long thread about how upset he is that Krillin got beat up by a bee because Toyotaro hates him. And it's like, this is no different than those people that say Toriyama hates Vegeta. Nobody fucking cares, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody fucking cares. You understand? Yeah. Am I wrong here? I mean,
no, you're 100% right. Listen, they have always used the lower tier characters to determine the fact that there is a lower tier, and that's just how it is. Like, when has it ever been not the case that Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, and all the characters who came from Dragon Ball are getting bodied constantly? That's just how it is all the time. So it's just like
you know what's weird about people like you and I, Jordan, and I'm going to include you into my little... Actually, I'm going to say the same thing about Anand, too. I don't think any of us... Okay, there's no question that people who are on this stream right now, like people in the audience and obviously us in this call, we really like Dragon Ball, right? No argument there. But nobody... There's different kinds of Dragon Ball fans. They're all different. But there's a group of Dragon Ball fans out there. Most of them are on Twitter because that's where the fucking snowflakes live. And this group gets so emotionally tethered to these characters. And sometimes you want to grab them and say, buddy boy, this is a fucking cartoon. It's not real. Nobody gives a fuck if Krillin's being fucking written to be a jobber. Krillin hasn't been relevant in fucking decades, bro. And I like Krillin. That's just the way shit is. Like, I don't go to sleep at night. Can you imagine going to sleep at night and being like, Tien should be in this fucking arc. I'm gonna find Toyotaro and I'm gonna fucking... All right, like, and there's people who are like that, bro. Krillin's losing to a bee because Toyo hates him. He hates him. And I look at these guys and I'm like, do you all have cock and balls, bro? Like, do you guys have a dick and balls? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of them are just a bunch of teenagers, bro, who have never lived life, because I've lived fucking life, bro. I've lived life. when you live life, you quickly understand that Dragon Ball, while it's a very important part of my life and it made me a lot of fucking money and bought me a house and shit, I'm not gonna go to sleep at night crying about fucking, Chowser should be the main character.
You know what I think?
Vegeta,
I think it's even worse.
Hold on, there's one more. Vegeta didn't kill a villain. I'm done. Like, fuck, bro.
I think it's even worse than you think it is.
Do you want me to fucking mail you some diapers, bro? Do you want me to burp you, motherfucker? Grow the fuck up. I'm not talking about. By the way, I'm not talking about the chat. I'm talking about Twitter. Go ahead.
I think it's even worse than you think it is, because I think in most cases people aren't even genuine.
What do you mean by that?
I think most of the time when people say things like that, they're being disingenuous, because if you say things like that on Twitter, you get Twitter clout, which is also useless. But like,
yeah,
I don't think
it's useless. Thank you for that.
I think a lot of people just say things. They say hyperbolic things to say it, and they're being disingenuous about it. It's sort of how like Anon was claiming there were a bunch of fans who were upset about women not having a upstanding role in Dragon Ball, which is nonsense to begin with. Do you know how easy it is to just make a picture? Just make a picture. Just edit a picture that says Dragon Ball fans create discourse over female implementation on Dragon Ball or whatever. You can just make a picture and people will read it and they'll believe it, and you'll create controversy and you'll create conversation.
That's true.
And I think in a lot of cases that's actually what you're seeing on Twitter. I don't think a lot of these people. Now, don't get me wrong.
Hot take. I think GT's better than Super. Ooh.
I do think there are fans who are that tethered to it.
It's free speech, bro. You have to give them free speech. It's the modern world.
Bro,
why?
That's a whole other fucking. Look, free speech is fine, bro. But if you're gonna speak freely, you're also gonna look like an idiot freely. I gotta get the super chat here in a minute, but I will say this though, Jordan, about what you just said. I think that is the case with some of them, but I think with others it's not. I agree. And Twitter clout means nothing, bro. They tried to cancel me from Twitter at least 15 times last year, and guess what? I've still got my fucking $500,000 house. I've still got my fucking sports car. I'm going to Vegas next month, and I'm staying at the fucking Mandalay in a fucking suite, bro. So enjoy your fucking fake Twitter likes, and enjoy all the white knighting that you got on Twitter, you fucking queefs, because you did nothing to me, bro. You've done nothing. I'm the fucking Teflon Don. You understand that? Except unlike John Gotti, bro, I'm not doing no time. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get this super chat, because I actually have a couple more here. Junior RDZ04 says, could you sing Under the Sea, please? Yes, but not right now. Now, Xavier Stewart dropped a $50 super chat, bro. That's very generous of you, bro. You could have given me 100 with all that money you're making, but fine, I'll take the 50. I'm kidding. So he says, I know this is off topic, but I agree with you about Toei and Shueisha. I'm disgusted with how they've treated Dragon Ball, and not giving us what we really want. I agree. Personally, I want to see more of Universe 11 with Jiren and the Pride Troopers. I know some people in the chat right now who are like, no, you ruined it. I honestly miss them. I don't miss the Pride Troopers, bro. I miss the Trio de Dangers, bro, the 3 wolves. You know why? Because I'm a secret furry. Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, don't clip that out. Don't clip that out. Don't clip that. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a furry, bro. I like titties and pussy, bro. Oh, that's right. I can't say that either anymore, bro. Remember, you can't be a hetero. You cannot be a heterosexual male anymore, bro. Now we're the endangered species. Anyways,
Twitter hate crowd be like, this is field day for me.
Oh, dude, they're gonna. I hope they clip this out, bro, and it goes fucking viral, bro. That's great, because real motherfuckers are gonna watch it and be like, I like that guy. I'm gonna subscribe to him, make him even wealthier. I'm telling you, bro. I just want the real motherfuckers in here. So I'm gonna sing Under the Sea before we close out. Before we close out, I'm glad I didn't close out, bro, because if I had closed out early, I wouldn't have got that super chat from Xavier, bro. So I'm glad we stayed on, bro. That money will be used. I promise you, it'll be used for good, bro, instead of evil. Before we close out, what are y'all's final thoughts on this chapter, bro? Kill me, please.
garbage, trash.
I know you said that, but I mean, I don't think it's garbage. I just think it's pointless.
Yeah, I've spoken my
Yeah.
piece, man. You know what I mean?
Until and unless you're not gonna add anything substantial for the future, then it's pointless.
Can you
That's
talk?
well, for
wait,
me,
wait,
at
hold
least-
on, hold on. Gaming Hub, can you talk again, please? Please talk again, please. Say something. I don't
Okay,
care what it is. Go.
I mean, just get over it, I guess. Isn't that fan again?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the
No,
fact.
of
That is
course
exactly
not.
what it's for.
Of course not, bro. Of course
I'm
not,
really
bro.
sorry about today.
What are you
But I
talking
guess-
about, bro? All right. By the way, before I do Under the Sea, I haven't done that in a while. I need to. Hold on a minute, bro. I just opened up YouTube and it says, no, this is wrong. Andrew and Tristan Tate escaped from jail? That's bullshit. That's clickbait, bro. I'm not falling for that. That did not happen, bro. It just popped up in my feed, bro. It popped up in my feed, dude. All right, so thank you guys for joining AnimeHunch.com, Jordan, Gaming Hub UK. Critical, plug your channel real quick.
All right, hold on a sec. I go by basically Digital Overlord.
Yes. I just call him
Yeah.
Critical because that's like your name from like years ago.
Pretty much.
Rebel Otaku, Critical Anime. Fuck, you got a million names, bro. You're like Apollo Creed and fucking Rocky IV. The King of Sting, the Master of
Yeah,
Disaster.
I wanted to tell you, bro, not to be random, but how do you feel about them making a Creed anime? It's actually happening.
I've heard that. I don't really care. Hold on. I got this guy in the comments that's making me laugh. Elite Gamer 2773. Take that L while you complain about something you can't control. Sit back and enjoy the story, whether you like it or not, or just don't read it.
Thank you.
I don't know if he's talking to me or somebody else, but whenever somebody says sit back and enjoy it, whether you like it or not, no, if I don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna fucking care. And
It's
I'm
just a weird thing to say.
It's a stupid thing to say. Yeah, but it is a weird thing to say. For me personally, I have to cover Dragon Ball on this channel. It's my job. So if I didn't have to do it, right? I probably would just like if I didn't have to, and I'm not gonna lie about this. If I didn't have to cover Dragon Ball for a living, I wouldn't even be reading the manga right now. I would just wait for the arc to end and then like skim through it. You know what I mean? And just be done with it. You know what I mean? Like I would wait for the arc to finish and then kind of go through. Like right now, Mao Ding Kyun said, I already watched the movies. The manga will be different. I don't know. I don't know if it will be. It's not that different so far. So
No, it's basically the same.
it's like the same, yeah. Which I'm okay with, except they got to go through it fast, bro. If they can get this done in 4 chapters, I'll be happy. But I think it'll be like 6. You know, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
please, no, not 6.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Anyways,
if it's a monthly, because it's a monthly manga, that 6 is like kind of long. Yeah, I do agree with that. It wraps it up better than you can go on the new stuff.
I just feel like it'll be 6 because it's kind of going in a slow pace. Yeah, Black Phoenix is right. How dare you have an opinion about something? I love you, Black Phoenix. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to close out of the Discord here. Y'all can stay here, but I'm going to leave the Discord so I can do Under the Sea. Okay, so Under the Sea will begin now, and then we'll get out of here. I haven't done this in a long time, bro, so I might be a little bit rusty, okay? So please forgive me.
Listen.
All right, let's see here. Please forgive me if I fuck this up, all right? Go see that live action Little Mermaid remake. We ain't gonna be friends anymore. Okay? We're not friends anymore. Take care. Have a good one. Remember, take care of yourself and each other. We need more of that in this world. Bye.